If there was one movie I wish my mum was allowed to watch in the cult, if I could steal her away just for 2 hours or however long it is, it would be this one. And here's why.
Be grateful. But never forget that the system is rigged, so find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard, it's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault.
I was an absolute mess watching that in cinema, purely because it reminded me so much of my mother and the cult that she's trapped in. And, you know, how real it was in terms of she is always and will be second, not to me, but to the society she's a part of, because the cult treats women as that. You know, they're not allowed to have careers. They have to wear, you can only see a little bit of it on her head, but like a token, because they are the weaker sex, so the angels can give them extra protection. You know, so many rules around women aren't allowed to, they're only allowed to work until they get married, and it's very unusual if women work while they're married, and there has to be sort of special justifications for that. You know, their job is ultimately to be married off to whoever they are told to. In my mother's case, it was an arranged marriage, and, you know, bear children and support the testimony, as they call it. So they do live a very suppressed life, and I know so many women in the real world can relate to that, but imagine that with every freedom taken from you, you know. And my mum is not allowed to watch movies or TV, and I just wish if I could steal her away from the cold for a few hours, not only just to spend time with her, but to also, you know, show her that movie, that part of it, and just hopefully, you know, that you always have these little small glimmers of hope that one day, you know, the person you love most in this world, your mum, will wake up to the toxic environment she's a part of. And I know it's impossible because it's multi-generational, this cult, but here's to hoping. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. I often ask, you know, would you like, you know, do anything to help your mum, or have you tried? Look, I've exhausted every means of that. That's why I've gone public in terms of trying to expose the cult, because they keep innocent, beautiful people like this trapped.